There are different approaches when it comes to tackling climate change and the challenges it brings, with some parts of the world affected more starkly. One organisation focusing on natural solutions is Wildlife Works. From Sausalito, California, is their founder and CEO, Mike Korchinski. So, what is Wildlife Works and why is it unique?
Wildlife Works is a wildlife conservation company, and we work around the world, mostly in the global south, with communities, helping them protect wilderness and wildlife to their benefit.
You mentioned the global south. Where do you focus your work?
Our projects are in countries like Kenya and Colombia and Cambodia, and in those projects we work with communities to design solutions that they want to see happen for their communities to climate change and biodiversity loss.
As humans, we're increasingly removed from nature in our modern lives, aren't we?
The sad truth is that we have been very unkind to nature for many generations, and we've depleted the natural resources of the world dramatically, and we have ignored the risks that was posing to us as a species and to other species for far too long.
What do you think needs to be done differently to deal with the problem?
All of these solutions around the world have similar roots, which are generally rooted in the inequity of our global society towards local communities in the global south. They've suffered mightily already from climate change, and our feeling is they need to be at the center of the solutions to mitigate climate, especially in nature-based solutions.
How do you measure results?
We have to measure the impact on emissions because this is a climate market-based program. So we have to have very rigorous scientific monitoring process that calculates how many emissions have been avoided through our work. So that's the first thing. But then for us, it's equally important to measure livelihoods and success in improving livelihoods for communities. And then biodiversity, we have to measure our impact on biodiversity.
What is REDD+ and why is it important?
So REDD+ stands for Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Degradation. And the reason REDD+ is so important is that deforestation and the emissions caused by burning forests are the second largest source of emissions on Earth. The largest being the energy that we consume as a species, but the second largest is the deforestation of the natural world. So it's a huge problem. REDD+ attempts to address that problem by creating incentives to stop deforestation. And the project-based REDD+ focuses on incentivizing the actual communities that live on the ground near the forest that need to be protected, because our feeling is, as a company, that they are the ones who need to hold the solution and need to support the solution.
Thank you, Mike. Now, we managed to hear from some of the people involved in the REDD+ projects, and they sent us this video.
According to my experience with Wildlife Works, I've seen that they work differently from other organizations, mostly because the work that we do is community-based and community-oriented. Before undertaking any project, we have seen that we have to do public participation, whereby all the concerned areas from the particular villages are called and they are able to prioritize on the needs that the community are facing. That one, to me, is very different from other people who just plan projects and undertake without asking really what the community requires. These community projects that have been funded have actually helped a lot to alleviate deforestation and improve conservation of forests. For example, the bursary program. Parents have been charcoal burning to be able to raise fees. Sometimes they cut down trees because of the needs that they have to be able to sell off firewood and charcoal. But once the students have been given or supported bursary-wise with the education, then you see that the parents realize also there is no need of doing that, doing the harm they have been doing to the forest.
They have come up with projects like putting up classrooms, renovations. They have provided us with the desks, and that has gone down to reflect how effective wildlife can help community.
Tuzwaka mukano na REDD mpo red azali kobatela bazamba. Red azali kobatela biloko nyonso ezali na kati ya bazamba, nyama, mbisi, ndeke, biloko ndenge na ndenge.